The Rauhe Street night market, a mecca for all kinds of foreign food, to the point it pushed out the usual Taiwanese night market fare. In the Shilin night market, there used to be a really old-school food court bustling with vendors. It was amazing. It was demolished and replaced with a big glass and concrete brutalist redux building with a ground floor that's completely... I wanted something different altogether. This is as local as it gets, which in my book is great. In Taiwan, there are hundreds of night markets. They come in many shapes and sizes. Some, like the one we've seen in Zhongli, are tourist night markets. This doesn't necessarily mean they're for foreign tourists, just a night market Taiwanese would be willing to make a trip for. On the other end of the spectrum, there are local night markets, generally serving the people who already live in the area. Now, in Taipei, I'm staying in the district of Neihu. Most of it is a newly developed area. It's well known for the headquarters of many technology companies. Neihu has many things to offer, but one thing it does not have is a proper night market. The closest night market to where I am is the Rauhe Street night market, across the river from Neihu. It is also a tourist night market, which isn't necessarily bad as far as the names go, but it really isn't my favorite, because it's become a mecca for all kinds of foreign food, to the point it pushed out the usual Taiwanese night market fare. I've been there a couple of times since I came this time, but it's not really my kind of place. When I first made it to Taipei, I lived in the Shilin district, within walking distance from a night market that, established over 100 years ago, is perhaps the most famous night market in the whole Taiwan. I used to love going there and enjoy the lively atmosphere. However, as I said, that was a while ago. These days, I feel the Shilin night market doesn't really have the same vibe. A big blow in particular was that there used to be a really old-school food court bustling with vendors. It was amazing. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago it was demolished and replaced with a big glass and concrete brutalist redux building with a ground floor that's completely... Don't get me wrong, I'm not an opponent of urban renewal, and the new building hosts an art center, so that's good at least. But well done, it could have been accomplished without crushing the spirit of the place. The food court was relocated to another place in a basement, but it's just not the same. I've also been to Shilin night market a couple of times now, and for me it just lacks the old atmosphere. Maybe you will feel about it differently if you've never been there before the changes. What the eyes don't see, the stomach doesn't grieve over. I'll visit again to make up my mind, but for the time being I wanted something different altogether. And here it is. Bordering Neihu, Xizhi isn't a part of Taipei City. It used to be a separate town within Taipei County. Now it's a district of what's called the new Taipei City. Welcome to Jiangshu Yeshi in Xizhi. What does every market need most of all? A gate. It can be very ornamental, but a simple, down-to-earth will do as well. This is as local as it gets, which in my book is great. It's close enough to the riverside and can be pleasurably reached on a bicycle. So, let's have a walk around. Let's start with the food, the most important part, and here the Jiangshu night market has a lot to offer. All pure Taiwanese night market experience, no banana pancakes here. Lots of seating space available, and you can even have a beer with your meal. Neither is usual for more busy night markets. a lot of things going on at this stall as I passed it twice. Now that we're full, let's get dressed. Starting from the top, here are some hats. We're almost approaching the games section, but first things first, let's stock up on trinkets. All kinds of household necessities being sold here too, which is not very usual. I am quite surprised by how many games there are. And it's not all for children. I see a lot of people playing this, however, I don't think I've ever seen anyone win. Still playing. Best of luck to you all. I've gotta go.